It's from that song. It's like
that song.
yeah, it's like I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you'd like.
Okay, those lyrics were clearly done on LSD. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't work with people all over the internet because there's like things like lag. That really fucks that up.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Push to Talk.
Welcome. Yeah, you have to be you have to be in front of Will Ferrell to do that, like properly. That's all I know.
Oh, it comes from an actual song, eh?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Look at that.
Look at what?
68 months. Can't wait till 69.
Wow.
Nice.
There we go.
At 69 months, you have to also have to tip the channel 420.
There you go. And I did that specifically. I waited, so normally that's where Caleb's face is, and we intentionally didn't move Soth up there so that those announcements come over his face. It annoys Caleb, and the fact that I'll put Caleb back there when he comes back next week just says it all.
We like to annoy Caleb, especially when he's not here to defend himself.
So we've got Horrendous. We've got Dawn. Dawn actually not in the car, right? Dawn, you're at home. Because we heard her pizza.
Now,
we heard her pizza buzzer.
I will be in the car eventually.
Pizza buzzer went.
I gotta leave. Earlier. I gotta drive at 2:00. So
what?
I'll still be on the show. I'll just be in the car.
Oh, that's terrible. We have Greg. Haza. And we
Howdy.
also have one of my original co-hosts whenever I started
82 months.
Spanks.
Did you see that?
82 months. Who's 82 months?
I spent 82 months.
Hey, Spanks.
Yeah, I just had like a free day. So, and then I saw you guys were like in the on-air channel. So I just decided to join in.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
This goes to show everybody, we never clear out people who have been on the show. If you're like on the show once, you can always just come back and pop in. Greg was
means theoretically, Villy could jump on the show any moment.
We didn't leave him having roles.
Wow.
He's special. He's not even in charge anymore. Who wants to talk to him anyway? Who cares? And then we have the McLeod here too. So it was like me, McLeod, and Spanks, I think, in the beginning, right, guys?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do have at least one question to ask Villy at some point if I wind up talking to him again.
Oh, okay. Well, you let us know if you get that info.
Yeah, it's real simple one too. If he doesn't have the time for Eve stuff, why does he have the time for CSM?
You know who the other OG was, right, Eric?
Other OG who?
The other OG was Space Mexican.
Oh yeah, Space Mexican. Yeah.
Oh god, I haven't talked to him in years.
He was so
years.
Nice. I think he's the one who actually started. What was it? What was it called? Something about zombies. What was it? Something hour. I don't know. I don't remember what our first show was.
Undead
Zone.
The Undead Zone. I gotta dig up that intro. We gotta play that old intro one time that those people from South America made for us.
It's on YouTube.
That was so good. That
was awesome.
That intro blew me away.
It's totally on YouTube.
What, the one with like all the pixels?
It was a really awesome intro.
We'll play it next week. And just a little announcement, a little thing for the guys too. The first week in October, gentlemen, October 2nd, I cannot be here for the show. We need a reserve Windy Place Kick holder substitute host.
Oh, are we gonna do Push Your Talk from Vegas?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
We should do that from the cabana.
If we get a cabana, they're $4,000.
Not if you like suck some pit boss's dick or something, right?
Whoa!
Now that works.
You're welcome to Dawn.
Hello.
I didn't say I was doing it.
It doesn't. I just can't believe you said that on the show.
This is not a family show.
I can't believe you're at all surprised by
I'm
Dawn
never
saying
gonna
anything on the show
or anything. But no, I don't really. But yeah, we'll send our prime negotiator. But after you said that sentence, I really can't say who the prime negotiator is because it just sounds bad. So
Nicosis was right. When it turns naughty, Dawn is usually at the root of it.
It is. It is.
Lorenz and I have been hanging out all week this week.
Well, there's moons to mine.
I didn't know Arendis was much of a miner. And Greg
Not.
this week. I know.
I'm not. I've only got 2 Rorquals.
I only have 2
Only
Rorquals too.
He's a casual
damn.
miner.
I only have.
I've
three.
got
I
like-
only
I've
have
got-
2 as well.
I've got like 5, guys. Like, what the fuck?
See?
Like, and I don't even mine.
I have.
And,
three.
Greg.
I think they're all in Ermelin. So.
What?
Greg's
No, no,
had
no.
the mining bug bite him.
My-
He
yeah,
started
it's
mining in a Rorqual this
Four,
week.
four of mine are in B170, and the other one is in GTEC O, I think, in Curse.
Mining is super chill, right? Like,
Wait,
so
wait, wait.
I didn't do anything but PvP in this game, and then I tried mining, and it's like living in the city all of your life, and then being put in a field underneath the stars.
Is it,
I just checked the clock. Why are we talking about Eve already?
hold it. Hold it. Check.
Shut up, bitch.
Because
Okay.
as Dirk would say, time is a flat circle.
Hey,
Right.
is that a Netrodyne violation? All right.
I'm sorry, I gotta pay a fine.
So, well, we do have something to talk about before the Eve stuff, right? So Spanx and McLeod, you guys are like playing a game. And
well, no,
McLeod, you're
because it's
streaming,
not-
aren't you?
In 10 days.
Yeah, like it's not out yet, so
Okay.
and
But
it's
like,
more like McLeod's
sorry?
playing it, and I'm just going to join him.
There you go.
yeah, we're gonna play US East, so you're welcome to join if you'd like playing with other Imperium members in New World.
New
Couldn't
world.
you choose
If you're-
a server that's even worse for the Euros?
good.
yeah, we could choose US West,
Yeah.
so
Fair point.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's gonna be fun.
I may very well kind of play a Euro server as well at some point, but it depends. Depends how much
What?
time I have.
Explore, build,
What?
craft, battle. New world.
Why should I play New World? Like, what are some of the cool features of it?
They don't know
it's
yet.
a
That's where they're
completely
gonna try it
different- It's kind of. I don't know how to encapsulate it. It's just it's a really engaging and sort of almost addictive kind of experience to some degree.
Can you actually sell
Like-
ships in it?
No, actually, there's no real there's no naval stuff in it, and I think
see
that
burning
there
ships in
probably
the
will
intro.
be.
Okay.
Yeah, there's burning ships in the intro, but you're stuck on an island.
Aha.
You don't expect to get what you see in the intro, do you?
I absolutely do.
You kind of do.
Yeah. I saw a dude that looks like me in a t-shirt but thinner, and and he's in the game. He's not even wearing armor, and some big
But-
armory guy's coming to kill him.
I've
But
played
it's not a hardcore game, right? That's the thing. It's not a hardcore PvP all on all the time kind of game. Like it's meant to be for all different types of people to play. And you can PvP if you want, you can PvP all the time if you want. Like it depends, but you have to flag for PvP. That's the thing that is the thing that irks a lot of people, but in actual fact when you play it, like a lot of PvPers who go, "Oh, if you have to flag for PvP, there's not going to be any PvP because no one will." Well, that's not the case because loads of fucking people do.
Cool.
Are there
So-
good PvP rewards?
Yeah, you get to teabag people.
Perfect. I haven't
I mean, do you
played.
need any more? Like,
I haven't played it
call up
since
Zucker.
they.
sorry,
Well,
what's that, Spanx?
I said there's a guy I haven't spoke to in a long time, Zerker. I haven't played New World since they changed it from a sandbox to a theme park. So I'll be getting like a fresh experience here in 10 days to kind of see what they've done with the game.
I think it'll be different, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by it.
Have they fixed the video card thing?
Yes. Well, the video card thing wasn't even their fault.
The way I've always explained new games is I take existing games and say I'd take these games and put them in a blender, and that's what you'd get. So, what games would you put in a blender to spit out the genre that is New World today in 10 days? What are we going to be seeing? Like, what mixture of games is it?
It's kind of like a mixture between. It's like it's sort of a strange mixture between sort of Dark Souls and I guess maybe WoW, but like more Dark Souls than WoW.
Okay.
Please don't compare it to Dark Souls.
But it's like Dark Souls light.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't compare it to Dark Souls.
Is it still light but still full body?
But the thing is, I can't basically kind of say like, oh, it's exactly like this, or exactly, or like it's like this game and this game combined. Like it's a whole bunch of different things combined, and I don't really have the knowledge of all various different types of MMOs to sort of be able to say what like accurately, you blend this with X with Y to create New World, right?
I understand. I think just the WoW Dark Souls is enough of a hint.
Yeah.
So you guys are putting together like a Goon Swarm, Imperium kind of allegiance, alliance, guild, whatever they call it.
Yeah, I mean it's in the we have a thread in the Goon Swarm forums like for it and all that kind of jazz. Like and we do have a lot of EVE players in there as well. So yeah, definitely.
Cool. I may have to join you.
I love jumping into the hottest, latest, newest MMO. Even though release day is they're always a shit show, right? Always. Like they've never had one that goes smooth. But that rush in for the first couple of weeks is some of the best gaming you can have. I mean, it's just bar none.
I mean, we did a 4-hour stream just talking about PvP yesterday.
Just getting your dude leveled up, figuring out the mechanics, screwing around. Like it's always, that rush in is always a great time.
What's the loot system like?
The loot system is so there's two different kinds. Okay, there's resources that you use to basically to mine out, and then you can use that to craft stuff, right? And then there's obviously sort of loot that drops from things that you kill and from chests and stuff. And interestingly enough, loot is actually instanced to you. So someone can go up to the same thing and take stuff out of it, but you can go and take stuff out of it too. So it's instanced to every single person.
Interesting. That avoids the "hey, I killed it, somebody else looted it" thing. I like that. I'll be playing that. There's looks like some nice pre-order stuff on it too. When's it start again?
28th.
Got the deluxe edition, the standard edition, and the steelbook edition.
And the really kind of interesting thing about this?
No more steelbook is available.
The interesting thing, I have one T-shirt for EVE Online. I have already 3 T-shirts for New World. And you know why? Because it's fucking easy to purchase and easy to get to, and it doesn't cost a fucking bomb.
Did you do it through Steam or did you do it through?
I would recommend you guys purchasing it through Steam because it's just easy. You skip a step essentially. Because if you purchase it through Amazon, essentially what you do is you have to wait for Amazon to sort of send you a Steam product code that you input into Steam. Whereas if you do it in Steam, then as soon as it starts, as soon as it's open, it comes up in your Steam library automatically. So,
well, Eric, if you want the Steelbook, then you can actually buy the Steelbook on its own.
It was unavailable on their site, like the pre-order.
Right, it is available on Amazon.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't come with it doesn't come with a game. It comes I think it might come with a...
Yeah, it's the Steelbook and a map, like a physical map.
Oh, who cares about a physical
map? The map's cool. No, the map's pretty cool.
Some of them are pretty cool, yeah. Like, I still got my map from Elder Scrolls 3, for example.
It'd be a
That
nice
one was
thing
a
to
pretty
like.
cool map.
It'd be a nice thing to like frame
Yeah.
because it's kind of like oldie worldy, right?
Well, it depends if it's just like a paper map or if they actually put it on like cloth or something like that.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
You get the New World digital art book.
You're just like looking through the various different things. No, the reason why I said about the apparel that they have is because I always have a bit of a fucking I'm always a little bit annoyed at CCP's kind of attempts at that kind of stuff because they it's always like a little bit too expensive, right? And it's always difficult to get, like difficult to acquire. Like the delivery options are always a little bit awkward and like aggravating.
Yeah, and it's bad. It's worse for Euros.
Yeah,
weirdly
exactly.
enough.
It's a European country, yet it's like difficult to get, like to have things delivered to Europe. Like fucking weird. But you know what, and that's the reason why I only have one EVE Online shirt. I've got 3 like New World shirts because they sell them on Amazon, and Amazon is like fucking I mean they're fucking experts at being able to deliver shit to you.
See, I have a Hogyoku hoodie because my corp always does some kind of apparel every Amsterdam.
That's cool.
I mean, I'm really excited for Amazon to finally put something out. They've had over the past couple of years, if you've been following gaming news, they've had a couple
kind of misses. Really.
Yeah, some misses. So I'm excited for them to finally get something put out, and then I'm also excited to see what they put out next too.
Should be good, man. Like it should be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a hell of a corporation to have behind something too, right?
And that's what I like about the fact that they're making an MMO, because so many so this is my little spiel about it, right? There's so many people who make MMOs think, oh yeah, it's a cool thing to do an MMO, and then they don't consider about how long it takes to develop and how much money it costs to get there. And most of the time they find some finance here and there, and then by the time they're about halfway through the development, the people who have given them the fucking money are like, okay, here, like, where's our fucking payment back, guys? Like, what the fuck? And so they have to start basically screwing up and like not delivering on certain promises and speeding up the process to get a game out, and potentially sort of like asking the audience that wants it developed to pay money up front, early access stuff, right? To start playing a game early that isn't actually fully developed yet, in order to start getting some sort of some cash, some finance going.
But that's
you don't have that with Amazon,
though.
You don't have that with Amazon, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, early access can work, right? And
I mean, like an example.
I can give you an example. Divinity Original Sin 2.
What's that?
I've never heard of that game.
Yeah.
It is an old school RPG game made by Larian, who are now making Baldur's Gate 3, by the way.
Screw PC is Eva's early access.
So was that on like the Atari?
No, that was on like modern PC. It came out like
Original Sin 2 is only like maybe 3-5 years old.
Yeah, roughly. So they went into early access for like roughly a year. And actually a lot of the feedback they got from players, they rolled into the game.
I mean, it's not like Amazon games aren't doing that. Like, they're doing that. Like, I literally requested a particular feature, and it's in the game. Like,
Nice.
No joke. No joke whatsoever.
Well, they've got the infrastructure to really support a big gaming industry. So, I mean,
There. Original Sin 2 was big enough that it's still going for like $50 on Steam.
the.
I mean, it saved the studio.
Yeah.
By the way,
Oh,
guys,
I like that then.
I can't find the Steelbook edition on Amazon.
Do you want me to send you one from Germany?
Will it be in German
Yes. Yes, he does.
or will it be in its original Klingon? Which one?
No, I'm pretty sure it will be in German.
Because I can go on the New World site and lets me get standard or deluxe on Amazon, and I can't find the Steelbook edition at all. It'll cost you $8 million to mail it from Germany.
There. See if that's available in the US.
I can't see it on Amazon. So if somebody else does, they want to post a link to it. Hey, great.
I just DM'd you the link.
All right, I'll look here.
Eric, I've been
Just have
reading.
to switch it over to the US.
Oh, well, that's on the German one. Yeah.
Yes, but because Amazon is smart and all, you can actually it will ask you if you want to switch over to the US side, and then find the same thing on the US page.
I'm trying to find that little link.
Been reading the comments here from the chat. I see a few questions I can actually answer. If I could maybe take the floor for a minute.
Sure, go ahead.
Go for it, dude.
So one of the questions is, anyone been looking at Ashes of Creation? I have. I don't know about any of you guys, but be honest with you, there's actually lots of MMOs I've got my eye on, other than Ashes of Creation. I mean, there's a laundry list of them, right? There's Camelot Unchained, there's Mortal 2 Online, there's a bunch of other games that I can't think of right now off the top of my head. Ashes of Creation, much like a lot of these other games, you go to their website and you got to pay the silver package, the gold package, the platinum package, just to even get into the game, and it's not developed yet. So while I'm definitely interested in playing it, I'm not interested in being like a founding member to play it. So I can't wait till they can put out something that's at least somewhat finished, or at least a few months away from being launched. But until then, I'm not going to be throwing my dollars at it.
To the guy saying example is a game that no one knows. If you like RPGs and you haven't played Divinity Original Sin 2, then go buy that game. It's amazing. It doesn't take itself too serious. It has the best narration ever. And if you want to talk to a squirrel who thinks it's going to save the world, riding on I think it was riding on a cat, if I remember correctly, then yeah, go buy that game. Come on.
And frankly, nobody playing Eve has any grounds to talk about, oh, that game isn't well known.
Also, if you have friends, I know a lot of us don't have friends, but if you do have friends, you can play the entire game with up to 3 friends, okay?
Which is why I've never heard of it, Soft, because I only play MMOs. I don't play multiplayer.
Well, you can play it single player as well.
No, it has to be massive multiplayer online.
It has to be.
Yeah, those are the only types of games I play. I don't play the
right.
not MMOs.
Well, I don't know of any MMOs that actually came out and didn't burn and die immediately. That were,
that's exactly.
Yeah, because they're the ones that
I give you that.
Yeah, they're the ones that take a lot to produce because they can get screwed over by the player base so easily if it's not up to par.
I also see one more question from the audience, which I can answer thoroughly well, and that question is, where did it go here? What is Starbase like? Turns out that's the game I've been playing for the past 5 weeks. So, using the Blender analogy, take what's the mobile version of Eve? What's that called?
Echoes.
Echoes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So take Eve Echoes, throw it in a blender with Minecraft, and I don't know, splash in a little splash of Dual Universe, and you get Starbase.
I tried to play Dual Universe. I couldn't do it.
I played for 2 months or whatever. It was
mining.
fine. Yeah, it was fine, but it's not the game that I wanted it to be. But the Starbase is actually pretty decent. So yeah, we poured into it about 5 weeks ago. It's kind of lost its luster already. People are now waiting for, people want capital ships and they want more moons to go explore and bigger PvP areas and more alliance company type mechanics. But as the game sits right now, you've got like this ginormous ring around a planet, and as you look out, you can see like all these asteroids that you can go mine. Right. Eventually, if you go far enough, you can get into PvP space. So there's been some shenanigans going on there at what they call the safe zone, not safe zone PvP line. And then the other cool thing about the game is all of the ships are built inside of the game. There's an actual, like, I don't know, CAD program, for lack of a better word. You have to like go into like this ship designer and actually put the ship together piece by piece, bolt by bolt. So there's a lot of like I don't know. There's like a lot of like blueprint shenanigans that you have to sort of master. But it's so much fun to take your ship out and then go test it out and see how it performs. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We say for the past couple of weeks, we've just been sitting on the sort of trying to.
So what I'm hearing is this game is just Eve, and they want more Eve stuff.
Yeah, but again, you got to splash a little Minecraft and a little Dual Universe into it. I hate to say the real Eve, because Eve is such a genre in and of itself, and I don't want to get you confused with how, because this game is not that deep. It's not as deep as Eve. Is there a market? Yes.
Right, but they're wanting to be that deep because they're wanting things that Eve already has, and it's like Eve.
They're not going to go as deep as Eve. That's why I used Eve Echoes as the blender ingredient.
Like template, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to go as deep. They don't have an avatar.
But we had a guy who was because this shipbuilder is really hard to master. And you can go and buy like pre-made player ships, but they're all junk, right? Like all of these ships that you can buy off the market are just crap. So we had a guy come up with he calls it the Seagull. I guess it's more like a Rifter, but he was able to figure out how to like put all of the stuff you need into a small frame, make it speed cap, and have enough power to fire off the weapons that you needed to fire off. He called it the Seagull, and we've been camping the Moongate for 3 weeks now, and we've got these people coming in like $3, $4, $5, $8 million ships, and we're sitting on the gate at like $100,000 ships, and we just wait for these miners to like burn out to the not safe zone, and then we just chase them down and just blow their shit right out of the sky. It's so much fun.
Nice.
Now, has your Eve skills and/or practices attributed to any success in the game?
100%.
Where the players are like, why would you do that? Or
I mean, I could actually, one of the guys sitting in this channel is the reason why I'm such a cold-blooded killer, Mr. Southersill.
No.
That's right. I mean, as a matter of fact, we brought back Top Goon into Starbase.
Nice.
Really?
We did. 100% we did.
Well, are you building a throne of skulls?
I'll tell you what, the moon is scattered with a lot of wrecks.
Oh, I like that.
A good percentage of those wrecks are ours.
Do they like stay forever, or do they clean themselves up?
No, they're there. You can, if the ship falls into the not safe portion of the moon, you can actually go down there and scavenge all the crap off of it. So like you literally like take your bolt gun out and start unbolting the stuff that you want to keep. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I've got if I can stop talking, I've got a few photos that I can throw into the Steam chat just to kind of show you a little bit of the shenanigans we've been doing. Let me take a few moments to do that. Share some photos here with the audience.
Yeah, go for it.
Do we have a link to this game?
I will also put that in the chat. It's available on Steam. So let me just grab a few things here.
Mm-hmm.
So while Spanx is linking you guys pictures, do we want to talk about Eve?
Sure, we can talk about some Eve.
Do we want to start with the good stuff or the rage stuff?
I
There's
mean
good
that's a
stuff?
trick question. That's a trick question there. So
Soth
is
I
there
know,
is
right?
is there actually good stuff?
There is actually good stuff. Yeah, good stuff
Well,
happened
let's-
yesterday.
Really?
Let's start
Wow.
with good stuff.
Okay.
Right. So yesterday, Triumvirate were roaming in a Drake Navy fleet when all of a sudden
Oh yeah.
they got dropped by a bunch of Army of Mango's supercarriers, and it didn't turn out as Mango's were hoping it would. Looking at the battle report, Triumvirate, Fraternity. Fraternity and
I was
Friends
gonna say it was
lost.
Fraternity.
Yeah, Fraternity and Friends lost 170 billion. We lost around 30 billion, and Mango's lost 600 billion.
Ooh. Ooh. That didn't. Yeah. That escalated quickly.
So the battle report is in chat if you want to see it for yourself.
I mean, you could say for them, it really got out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, there were a few dreads involved, but they died early on, and for around 4 hours, it was just subcaps shooting supers with like no facts involved.
Well, the faxes all died already. If you see on the battle report, like there were like 10 faxes and they all died already.
I mean, did those faxes just get like nuked so like super fucking fast, or what?
Oh, you got, I think,
'Cause I'm thinking,
almost
like,
6
There
subcaptains.
weren't that many.
I'm wondering why they didn't, sacrifice more faxes if it lasted that long.
The issue is that if they drop more faxes and more supers to escalate, then Fraternity
They
will
would
do
have
the
just
same.
lost it more.
And Fraternity just has more people.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
A lot more people. So
Mhm.
they can't really out-escalate Fraternity. And you
I
got to
wasn't really
remember that
I
at
wasn't
that
really
point,
thinking out. Yeah.
at that point, there were already other people on the way, like Legion of Exdeath and us.
Why would? Oh, I mean, we already had like 4 fleets there at one point.
Yeah, when we had 4 fleets there, it was basically already over. But at some point, it was just Fraternity there with like a Munin fleet.
Is Fraternity more powerful now than they were prior to the war?
I mean, I would say so.
They
They had the opportunity to build.
Members wise, I'm not sure, but you got to remember that Fraternity was able to just keep pumping out more ships and keep making more money while the war was going on, while everyone else was occupied, right?
In terms of absolute power, it's questionable. In terms of relative power to most of the rest of the game, yes. I mean, basically, more powerful. There's 2 ways to look at it. Like if I have 100 tanks now, and I had 200 tanks before, I'm not more powerful in absolute terms. But if I had 200 tanks and everybody else had 200 tanks, and now I've got 100, and all of them combined have 5, in relative terms, I am a lot more powerful.
Yeah, I think in relative terms, like they're like a lot more powerful at the moment.
Oh, and did I mention in good old Goon fashion, we waited until the last super was dead to turn around and start shooting Fraternity.
Oh,
Because
They
I
caught
mean,
him,
they mentioned that they were out of ammo, so we just relieved them from their ships because
having
clearly
to,
they
fly
couldn't
back,
use them anymore.
right? And from them having to fly back, clearly.
Yes, all of those like 5 jumps.
Yeah. What's the problem? But that was fun to watch yesterday. I was all of a sudden, people, my friends are like, "Oh, by the way, I've gotten so many kill marks." I'm like, "From what?" And they're like, "Oh, look at all these kills we've gotten." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, something's happening." And then there we go. So that's
And
exciting.
to be clear here, Mangoes didn't just like give up on those supers. They actually tried to form up multiple hack fleets and bombers and you don't know what, and tried to break those supers free. And I believe they actually did save a few that just happened to get out of bubbles.
Yeah, because what I was wondering with the whole fax thing was like, I don't understand with them being there like for 4 hours why they didn't just keep on dropping faxes as essentially as being auxiliary tanks for those supers rather than just lose supers.
I think at some point they cut their losses because they weren't going to be able to save them if they couldn't get enough subcap support to free the supers. Then there's just not much you can do. Supers,
and on
as
the
I've
other
been
hand,
saying for a
the
long
thing
time,
is,
are worthless.
you got to keep in mind, Fraternity probably decided, hey, we don't need more drag because we have so many subcaps here. We can just kill these supers in the subcaps. The moment you drop faxes, Fraternity is kind of pushed towards dropping dreads again, right? And you might actually achieve the opposite. You might actually achieve the supers dying faster.
Yeah, I
Always.
guess that's true.
These guys really don't like each other, do they?
Oh no, they
No.
don't.
Yeah, they have a grudge going back to a completely different server. To Serenity.
Yeah, they need to get over it, I think. But hey, grudge is what keep this game interesting. So.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of grudges, what's Tess been doing?
Losing rope.
Are they
Losing
still
their
in the
leadership.
game? They're still in the game? Oh,
Yes. I just watched a bat eat itself into lava. That's funny. What? Okay.
sorry. A what?
I'm playing Minecraft, sorry. And I just
Ah.
watched a little bat just launch itself into the lava. It's pretty funny.
So that's the good. Is there anything else Eve related? Maybe
Anything else good Eve related, or are we
I was
going
to
to
say
the accolade?
maybe not so good potentially.
We got Ice back.
I mean, that's good. That is good.
Oh, it happened?
Yes. What?
How's it work now?
Is there ice galore, or is that
Oh
soon
yeah.
TM?
So ice is spawning normally now. In that it's instead of this whole randomization where it'll spawn in one of the belts in the region, you just don't know which one and all that junk there that was just making things terrible. Now ice spawns in its system like it used to, but every 6 hours instead of 4. So they kind of compromised because fuel prices were getting ridiculous because ice wasn't spawning consistently enough to allow for making capitals being worth using. It was making prices super high everywhere.
It almost sounds like you were a victim of the price hike that occurred when Pappy decided that they needed to leave.
I mean, I'm not, but
Because
you
I
know,
don't think
people
you
that I'm
were.
working with, yeah.
Because that was some funny shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I'm glad ice is gonna be back closer to normal. Prices should start dropping. I know. And the thing is like it's kind of the same thing we've harped on CCP for a while, right? Ecosystem issues. So they change how ice spawns, and they think, oh, okay, that'll just affect the prices of ice, you know, and that'll make ice more valuable because it's harder to get, right? But what is that? What is that impact? Let's get on that bunny trail. So now, fuel is harder to get. Fuel blocks are harder to make or more expensive to make. Moving capitals. Moving capitals means Rorquals, jump freighters, Titan bridging, all that stuff, right? So you're looking at now one change impacting most of the game and all the prices associated with all those activities, because you always have to transfer your cost of whatever. If this is slightly more expensive, it compounds to the next level to where, you know, using a Rorqual as an example, for a normal load of fuel doubled in price.
Because if you're moving stuff around, like if you're moving like regular stuff around, like from, you know, one marketplace to another, like and the price of fuel is, you know, significantly higher, then obviously you're not going to be, you know, eating up that extra cost. You're going to be putting that back into the cost at the end of the line to the consumer.
Yeah,
so that's the thing.
next one.
That's the way it happens. So you know, the price of fuel affects the price of a lot of things.
So if I understand correctly, they stated that they want to lower gas prices, and then they reduced the amount of the high-value gases in Nullsec. Am I understanding that correctly?
I think they lowered. Microsodin is a lower level, I believe. But yeah, they reduced one of the gas spawning things. I think they set it a little too high, is what they were thinking. So
yeah, but if you want to reduce the price, then clearly you should, you know, put more in the game and not less.
but they weren't. They want to increase the price on that item, I think. I don't think they want to reduce the price on. I'm sorry, I don't think they want to increase the price on that item.
You know, back in the day, CCP made changes with no particular aim in mind, right? They just put stuff in
Threw shit at
with
the
the
wall.
goal of, hey, this looks cool, let's see what it does, right?
Uh-huh.
And it kind of worked. Sure, sometimes it needed some balancing, and the balancing wasn't done fast enough. But I feel like nowadays they are having a very different design concept. They are putting things in with a particular aim in mind, right? And it never pays off the way they think it will.
Well, they keep designing themselves into a corner, too, right? Where they, well, just like with Titans, they made them and then they didn't. They built them a certain way with a certain idea of how people will use them in mind. But as the game went on, people started using them for even more intense and weird things, and they didn't keep up. And now they've designed themselves into a corner of how the fuck do you balance Titans and Rorquals and all these other ships along with subcaps without throwing everything out of whack? Because either make a Titan too powerful or underpowerful. Because right now it's underpowerful and worthless, practically. All it is just if I've got 10 and you got 10, neither one of us will shoot, and it just keeps people from, you know, using them for whatever good they are useful for. Ugh. But
Right.
it'll be okay.
So that was the bad. So we have the good and the bad. So let's talk about the ugly.
It's ugly.
I was going to say you're going to
Oh,
we get
yeah.
into the fucking awful bit, right?
Now I know
So-
what you mean about ugly.
There have been some UI changes. And
Oh, God.
I think it's fair to say that most people are not very excited about these UI changes.
Nah,
And you know
not
what?
at all.
And you know what? The funny thing is, Soth, like I checked the what is it? The pointer window to see if it can point me to my augmentations or to my clone statuses. Yeah,
Did they break it?
It can't. It doesn't. You click it, like to show you it, and it just comes up with a little box saying character sheet. You know, character sheet, character augmentations. It doesn't know
So-
what it is.
What you're telling me is that this UI change that is aimed towards making it easier for newbies actually broke one of the key features for helping newbies.
Yes.
I can't
Yes, it
imagine
did.
you're shocked by this stuff.
Not at all.
But-
Not one bit.
But before we get too far into the negatives, there is one more good bit of Eve news that came out this week.
Ooh.
Don't believe you.
Take a look at the image I just put in staff only.
Oh yeah.
Oh
We got
yeah.
the NER, and Delve is back, baby.
Oh
The dream.
yeah.
The dream that is Delve.
I'm
not
looking
a
at
Delve.
this, and it's just a picture of a note saying Delve is healing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Scroll in a cocktail napkin.
Always.
I mean, fuck,
I
you're
mean-
only like you guys are only like 7 trillion away from fucking the Ford, man.
And Ford is Jita, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Man, Jita's really cranking it out.
No, when most of the production stuff got blown up by somebody.
Right.
Mhm.
This is without most of our infrastructure back in place for most of the month.
And being busy burning down all of the
Mhm.
structures
Make-
Tesla.
Mhm.
Make Jita
Yeah.
great again.
No, Jita can be subpar
No.
comparatively.
Who figures
They're the
out the
best.
Delve time units?
We
I think
calculation.
We haven't worried
Probably.
about those for a while.
Well, we implemented it like on this show a long time ago, but like I don't think we've, you know,
I used to
I
have
haven't done
a
much about it.
calculator that would electronically calculate it, but yeah. We can figure it out again.
We might need to.
and people
I
are
don't
new
know,
to the
we
Delve
wanna-
time unit.
Yeah, go ahead.
People are new to the Delve time unit. Like, so what was the Delve time unit? What was it meant to represent? Do you guys remember?
Yeah, it was how much money you made, Delve made per minute, or however whatever value you wanted to get. It was like hundreds.
It was how
like
much-
billions.
It was how much you had to destroy. You know,
To be how
to-
much we
for
were making.
it was how much you had to destroy of Goon Swarm, you know, per minute for it to be, you know, for it to be basically
Be
zeroed out
significant.
for it to be zeroed out by our production. Essentially, you know, it was like you can destroy 12.5 billion worth of our
Yeah.
stuff like each day, and it doesn't matter because
It
like
was
we've
it
made
was how
that
much
much, if not more.
how much ISK per minute was being created in Delve. I just pulled up my old pen site, and the last time we put data in the database for the DTU, the last time I recorded it was 538,838,426 ISK per minute in Delve.
Jeez. That's crazy.
So over 500 million ISK per
It-
minute was being generated in Delve.
It was the already replaced sort of
Yeah.
like a statistic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, so if you came in and you did, I don't know, let's say you came in and wrecked 2 billion in stuff, right? And we said, yeah, that's replaced in 4 minutes. Thanks.
Oh yeah, it was a straight up smug option.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
It was just us to gloat.
So
That's
I can actually put stuff in that old database and still come up with them. That's funny.
Wait, people were smug?
No,
I can't imagine that.
no.
Don't so. No,
In fact, I think most of the time, the losses that we had were actually more in terms of the fuel that we used to jump Titans and Supers, and using Doomsdays and such things than what we actually lost on field.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a lot
Most
of the time.
Oh God.
Oh, I've got another good thing.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh really?
Yeah, Theta's been saving people again. We're back.
I'm not
Hey,
sure
nice.
that's a good thing.
How would it not be a good thing?
Because it means Theta's back.
Theta never
Well,
left. He
that-
just took a nap.
Like some of these people maybe shouldn't be saved all the time.
You know what? It's not about
Yeah, but I mean, it's
saving
Theta,
them.
so
It's not about saving them. It's about denying kills to people who don't deserve it.
That's
like
right.
Theta.
Right.
We deserve kills.
Yeah. Do you though? Do you
And
really?
yes,
Do you really?
all the work that some of them do. I haven't been able to be there as much lately because of responsibilities.
Responsibilities.
I sadly have another ugly thing.
Oh no.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, it might come to a surprise to no one that CCP actually broke a few things with this recent patch.
Whoa.
No.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking about
Oh
a
my
company
God.
that's been doing this for like almost 20 years, dude. Like, they know their shit.
And
They know how to break
I
things.
gotta say, I don't know if this is intentional, but if it is, then maybe hire someone for the art department that's not blind. So what happened is
That's not inclusive.
the background for a few of the ships in the preview, so when you're looking at your hangar, got the brightness increased by a lot. So they look super ugly. And it doesn't really make sense as to which ships are affected. So, for example,
I remember
the Healer and the Moa are affected, but other Kaldari ships aren't. For example,
it's
the
kind of a
their
weird
thumb-
one.
Watcher.
So is it their thumbnails? Because I remember
Yes.
seeing something.
Yeah, the
about
thumbnails are all
mean-
sorts of weird.
I mean, that's that kind of error is one of those sort of things where I expect to see somebody posting it in Reddit saying game is unplayable.
It's also super weird because like it follows no kind of logic. For example, as I said, like the Healer and the Moa are affected, but then the Cinnabal isn't, but the Dramiel and Macariel are. So, like, did someone just increase the brightness by like 50% on like some random ships, or
Yes,
what's happening here?
that is exactly
think-
what probably happened.
You know what? They're probably tied to downtime, and when downtime got fucked with, that they just broke.
No,
That's usually what happens.
No,
right?
it happened with the patch.
They're looking to see who gets triggered on the most pointless shit, and it was you.
Oh,
so-
it's soft.
and the answer is
Dude,
the answer is
one.
Eve
Don't
flares.
touch my Macariel. Seriously.
They
Who
just
gets
all
triggered
they
on the
touched
most
was the thumbnail.
pointless shit. The answer is always going to be Eve flares.
I guess you're true. I guess that's true, dude.
What they should do is come up with a skins pack that you have to buy if you like the old ship there, Soth.
But since we're talking about things that were
We've
already
been suggesting
broken,
shit like that for years.
since we're talking about things that were already broken on Sissy and weren't fixed when they came live, I want to call out
I'm sure you do.
a comment from Bart Ghost on the horrible website that is Reddit.
Ooh, and Bart is in Twitch chat.
Well,
That's
that's
what I saw.
that's why I'm calling him out, because Bart can't be on today, because he got other things to do.
So he can't defend himself, right?
Yes.
Perfect time to call him out.
Yeah, perfect time.
But I'm going to give you this as a direct quote. Okay. We have collected feedback and suggestions for them multiple times over the years, yet it constantly gets ignored. We use their feedback posts on the forums and highly upvote the feedback, but it gets ignored. The CSM tells them their ideas are horribly flawed, but they also get ignored. People are fucking sick of being ignored when making sensible suggestions, being accused of just hating on CCP or trying to metagame them. So at this point, shit is hitting the fan and going all over the walls. Had CCP started listening years ago, the shit wouldn't be on the walls right now.
I'm sorry. You started talking about Bart Ghost stuff, and I just ignored it.
That paints quite the picture. That paints quite the picture.
It
in many
is!
shades of brown.
Thank you for noticing, Eric.
Where did you buy that skin for your walls?
Arenas puts off this like I'm a mean person vibe, but he's not. My favorite part is when people are like, Arenas is scary. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's
that I don't get that either. Like I don't understand that one.
Like, yes, Arendis has some bite too, but he's mostly bark. He only bites if he really has to, and you will deserve it if he does.
But then again, people say Marana's scary too, and I don't see that. So.
I don't see that either.
I understand. No, I understand it because, like, if you don't know her, like, you won't always get like when she's actually like joking around or when she's actually serious. And so then
I've known her since she
horrible
was in
situations.
Hey, I have a better example for you. People say I am scary.
Yeah, that one I
No.
definitely don't understand.
No.
Like, look at this face. Like, how can this be scary?
You make me giggle when you're angry.
Seriously.
I make myself giggle when I'm angry.
There's nothing quite as funny as Sothrisol getting pissed off at somebody and, like, flailing around utterly fecklessly.
This is the first time I've seen Soth in the flesh.
Well,
Good
that's
looking
not my
mug.
fault.
Is he in flesh form?
Yeah, he's on camera.
Yeah, I guess suppose then. Alright, I gotta move to the car. Let me land. Yep. I gotta go pick up my brother who's fishing. Because he didn't want to play video games all day. Feel like a fucking weirdo.
What?
I like it. If like to just hang out on a boat and relax. Drink some alcohols.
I don't need. Yeah, I was about to say, like,
fishing,
I don't need to.
You can do all those activities. You just add a fishing pole in your hand.
So that you can turn around and say, it's sport.
Yeah, that way you don't look like an alcoholic. You're doing a sport.
Right.
Yeah. Also,
Plus, you never know what you're gonna catch from the wild, the deeps, right?
As the great Ron Swanson says. I was gonna say, as the great Ron Swanson says, it is it's doing yoga. Only you get to kill something at the end.
Well, okay, but does crabbing really count? I mean, was there actual line involved?
Look, Eric is muted.
Look.
Right, but you don't actually hook the eel.
Look,
so
if
Eric, Can you
If you're on
unmute
a
yourself?
boat, if you're on a boat,
You're muted.
Meeting.
if you're on a boat,
yeah. I've caught
if you're
an
on
eel
a
in a
boat
crab
fishing,
trap. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
Sure, but when you catch an eel with a line and a hook, right? Then you get the wonderful experience of trying to get the line out of the eel,
Mm-hmm.
which
and
you
if
should
that's an
never
electric
actually
eel,
bother. You should never actually bother doing. Just cut the line where the eel's mouth is, because the eel will swallow as much of the line as it can, and will cover it with this white puffy mucus that stinks.
I knew a girl like that once.
the fuck? Oh,
Fair. Should also cut that line right out of the mouth.
Woo. Ouch.
Uh,
I'm gonna laugh about that all day, Greg.
That was good.
Yeah, no, I mean, so growing up, it's the only thing my one grandfather would do, and we'd sit by the side of a lake and throw two lines out and never catch a fish all day, and I had no idea why he wanted to do it. I'm
Look,
9-year-old
like,
kid
if you're
sitting in a lounge chair in the sun, on the side of a lake that we paid $250 to get in because it's supposed to be stocked with fish that we can't catch. I'm like, why are we here?
I think you got swindled out at $250.
I mean, $2.50, right? Each. But I mean, there was a time in a couple years, a couple guys here in the neighborhood every year, we'd go up to, Lake Erie, go out on a boat, catch some walleye, catch some perch, bring them home, eat them. Okay. But it wasn't the fishing, it was hanging out with the guys, but eventually that got old. Not a fisher guy.
Don, are
Yeah,
you going
me
to cook
neither.
whatever your brother catches?
What? No.
You gonna clean it, debone it?
Or was it specifically a catch and release stream that he's fishing or something? Because that's one of the things I get the reason for conservation in that regard, but like I don't see why you would go fishing there.
Because he goes to tournaments, so they join. He and my dad joined kind of like a club / league that goes to a bunch of different lakes near Indianapolis and up north a little bit and south a little bit, and they do tournaments. So
Well, I mean, if they're doing tournaments, the only fishing tournaments that I've ever known in the US are fishing for bass. Like I can tell that there are many fishing enthusiasts in this channel right now. They're clearly like, well, I don't fucking know. So I'm guessing that's the only fishing tournaments that happens in the US.
So to give you an idea, my brother, school and him are not. He's not going to go to college. Let's just say that, right? So what?
What are you saying, Don?
So
he's
throwing shade on his.
Yeah. No, this is like legit. He needs a skill that he can use for a career, and he likes fishing, and fishing guys get paid a lot. He can work with DNR if he wanted to. There's a bunch of different options with these types of skills. So we're like encouraging him on things where like he could go to Florida in the summers or the winters, and go Florida in the winters for helping out on a boat down there for fishing, and then come up and do Colorado for fishing trout tours, and there's tons of stuff that you can do with it.
If I see him on Wicked Tuna, I'll be excited. I will watch fishing shows. This is how stupid it is, right? Don't take me fishing. I don't want to go fishing. But I'll watch Wicked Tuna, Deadliest Catch, Gold Rush. I'll watch all those.
So there's a British actor called oh shit, what's his name? So he there's the I'm gonna shut up now and I'm gonna find the fucking show.
Sorry, it's like Lake Monsters or something, right? Or like River Monsters.
Oh yeah, River Monsters.
Is that what you're talking about, Cloud?
That's a good one.
No, it has a British actor in it.
But don't like show me this dude with a Zebco reel on his little bass boat. Like, hey, I just cast over here by these little reeds and I'll catch everything I want. I hate those shows.
Oh, like
It's,
Bill Dance.
It's called
Yeah,
Extreme
the
Fishing with Robson. It's called Extreme Fishing with Robson Green. Robson Green's the kind of the British actor guy. Like it's kind of fun. He's very eccentric.
I like a river monster.
But that's a good show. That's a good fishing show.
What is it? Was it catfish noodling? That's always funny to watch. Let me stick my arm in this hole in this shallow river and come
That's
out
some-
with this giant catfish grabbing
that's
onto
some-
my arm trying to eat it.
Southern fishing.
Yeah. Noodling.
You know, if you could do Asian carp fishing, they jump into your boat.
One of our lakes on
Oh,
our
isn't-
golf
isn't
course, they dropped their koi fish in there, and now it's just like filled with koi.
There's some Asian fishermen that like train a like a stork or a wren or something like that, like to fish for them. I had to stop talking because there's that couple guys.
Yeah, are they coming for you or?
No,
She's
no.
being chased.
That comes
Yeah,
over
I-
Don's feed. Yeah, we're a little worried, but you know.
See someone in chat's a big Gold Rush fan. So am I. God,
love
I think the
I
new
love it.
season's coming out. It's coming out like.
I thought it started last night,
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
but I could be wrong. It looked like there was a new episode, but I was doing
Yeah.
something else and I couldn't watch it.
Perfect.
I mean, Gold Rush was painful to watch. The guy who created it, right, who reached out to Discovery to build it, right, that was that guy that never found any gold, right? His
Yeah,
first
Todd.
season, they found like 6 ounces of gold or something, right? I forget his
Yeah,
name.
he's not even on the show anymore.
I know, and he's probably just collecting royalties, right? But I was like, they went down to Brazil or somewhere crazy, and then all the gold was mined out from under them. And
Oh, they're-
yeah, but they or I forget, Guyana, maybe that's where that was, but yes, it was painful to watch him fail. Although Parker, man, that guy's got to have money out the ass at this point. He does really well.
He must have.
Herc reminds me of Todd. No, Todd. Although the only guy in that guy's crew that had a clue, I think he's on it now too, isn't he?
Yeah, Rick.
Rick, yeah, I liked Rick.
Yeah, they follow 4 this season. They're following 4 different crews.
Okay. And then the one that spun off from Parker, right?
Yeah, so that would be Rick.
Yeah. Okay, that's Rick. But the one that had the goatee that worked for
Todd Hoffman he's gone.
No.
He's been gone for many seasons.
Hoffman's gone, but didn't his guy come back? Or he's
Oh
on a
yeah,
spin-off?
well,
the guy with the
yeah, no,
goatee.
a couple of them guys have, one or two of those guys work for Parker's crew, and then the expert, he hops around from time to time. Freddie Dodge.
I love Freddie Dodge. He's my favorite, by the way. He's just like the perpetual nice guy. I will help all of you out, and I hold no grudges and don't complain about anybody. He does, but he doesn't really. He just seems like a nice guy.
No, I'm just driving here, and for some reason, this abandoned store has been abandoned for 15 years. And I guess some semi-drivers decided it's their parking lot now. There's like 15 trucks all just lined up. Like, late. Go to a rest stop. Sorry, I'm driving.
Yeah, that's got it. Dave, somebody. He was actually he was something, certified something, and yeah, he's doing his own called Lost Minds. Okay, that's where he went. I like Dave.
Dozer Dave.
He was the only one in Todd's team that had a clue. Todd struck me as, he's the guy that would probably end up sleeping in on his crew, I wasn't sure what he did. But when you watch those shows and you're like, I could do that. I could run that backhoe. I could drive that. I could drive that dozer. Take off the top layer, right? You think about that, but then those jobs are hard, man.
Probably the part that people don't at least think about is, how far away you are from civilization when you're out there. So when something breaks, like you can't run down to the local tractor supply store. Like there is no tractor supply store.
Have to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
You need another digger or another backhoe or bulldozer or
Yeah, you lose a bearing, you lose something, and you just lose a part, and there aren't any for 3 weeks, right? We'll get it to you. Take 3 weeks.
I'm in the sand and gravel industry, not gold mining, but it is similar. But
Mm-hmm.
at least when we're on site and something breaks, at least there's a parts store within an hour or two. If you're really in no man's land.
But yeah, it's crazy what they do. What is it? We're getting new windows in the house, and one of the window makers said that they are having aluminum flown in because the overland and overwater shipping is so backed up. Imagine what it takes to have a roll of aluminum flown on a plane. Those are heavy.
Well, they're just passing on the cost and as part of their price.
Oh, they gotta be. They gotta be.
Yeah, of course they are.
But can you imagine what that costs? Jeez.
Well, there's 50 some ships right now off the port of, what is it, San Diego or Long Beach or.
Mm-hmm. And
I
the
can't get 'em in.
normal back is what, 10 to 13?
One.
Oh, one? It's one?
One.
I thought 10
One
to
and waiting.
13 was where it was at. Wow.
Mm-mm.
Just waiting to bring it in. So yeah. So what else are we going to talk about today? We got Gold Rush. We covered Who Hates Fishing.
I made some candied bacon last night.
You made candied bacon.
Yeah.
I like peppered bacon too, but yes.
I want to put pepper on it. I did pepper and brown sugar. I think it
Cool.
needs like some cayenne or something to give it a little bit of heat or a little spice in there.
Oh, yeah, a little cayenne. Good, yeah. Chocolate covered bacon too. It's getting to be Halloween, so it's time.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dawn,
What?
why is your phone in the engine compartment?
Big congrats to Imperium and EVE Online for your big win. Their year-long
Yeah.
scuffle was freaking awesome.
That was.
What a freaking grind that must have been. Holy balls. A year?
Well, it was more the taunting of come get us, and they wouldn't. So yeah, I mean,
It's been nice blowing up Keepstars.
I missed war.
Helm's Deep prevailed.
Helm's Deep didn't prevail, but 1DQ Pocket definitely prevailed.
Helm's Deep was up off of T-Tech J up in EO3.
Oh, I thought you guys were calling 1DQ. It just goes to show you how much I don't. I mean, I read a little bit about EVE, but not.
Everything else was the floodplain. The idea was always to fall back to 1DQ and hold it, and that's why everything was moved to 1DQ because of what you had to do to get in there.
And I bought so many fucking fighters, because of the opportunity that might not be able to buy fighters, in 1 or 2 weeks' time, and then 48 hours after doing that, they fucking they fucking call it off and start trying to pack their shit up. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake! Now I'm left with. I think I have like 200.
Now you see the brilliance of their plan.
Yes, their plan.
Oh no!
Ruin.
There was a 2-week period where I didn't resub. I just reactivated my account, and everyone. It was like everyone was in 1DQ, and then right as you jump that whatever gate the hell it was called, they were on the other side of it. So I had about 2 weeks there just pissing around on the gate, jumped in on some fleets that I ships that I could fly because I was an alpha. I had a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I remember one time I was, we were just, there was like a gate camp channel, right? So you just kind of joined that and was just kind of perching around, just shitting around.
What?
And then
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
and then all of a sudden, like the main keep star, all of a sudden a bunch of these freaking caps started undocking and all the drones came out. And there was just like this swarm of drones around the gate. I was like, and here I am in like my shitty, like, I don't know, what the Instacane or whatever the hell I was flying. And I was like, oh, something's about to go down. And sure shit, enemies jumped through, tried locking up as many of them as I could, went down in the blaze of glory. It was fun.
Now, Greg, what kind of content are we seeing around Delve right now? What could someone look forward to if they were to take a trip?
What if someone come into Delve?
Yeah.
Blood Raiders are providing some, some effective, counterattack. I guess no, maybe not.
John Hartley
They're being murdered in their droves. That's what's happening.
John Hartley is providing content to people who come into Delve. He waits for them to tackle some blue rock walls, and then he goes and kills them.
Very efficiently, I might add.
Very nice.
We've been seeing a lot of marauders coming into Delve. We've seen a lot of, we had an imp this week come into Delve.
Yeah,
that's
what
right,
was
we
with that?
Well, it was baiting because, like, they're not going to stick around with anything that could actually kill it. So they were just trying to pick off the dumbasses. They had like 2 golems, like, try to take on like an imp in like 20 retributions or something like that.
Something like that. It was not
And,
smart.
and no one in skirmish commanders like felt the need to go like try and kill this AT ship. So like they just sat in YTAC 2 ZXB for about 3 hours. Just playing around over there, like, eh. Horrendous and I were busy.
Yeah, got to get the Alliance at Tor.
Mm-hmm. So, didn't you have a meeting?
It's been pushed back half an hour.
Yeah. Normally,
Yeah.
we're not graced with your presence for an hour and a half. It's normally just an hour.
Yeah, but this is the new time, so
Oh, cool.
I am in
Oh,
fact
new
gonna
time.
go head off now.
Do you remember last time I was on the show, I revealed to the audience the biggest secret in EVE Online? What is the best ship in EVE Online? Do you remember that? Because everyone's always like, "What's the best ship? What's the best ship? What's the best ship?"
I don't recall. No.
I can spill the secrets again for your audience if they want to hear
Spill
it.
the secrets.
The best ship in EVE Online is the Saber,
I mean, you're not wrong.
hands down.
It does so much. It does so much, and it's used in so many different fleets. You're never going to be like, you're never going to be in that situation like, when someone says like, "Oh, can I bring my Drake?" Like, even though we do have Drake fleets now, but like, if someone says, "Can I bring my Saber?"
No, we got rid of
really
those,
a situation
And
where someone says no.
It was true 8 years ago, and it's still true today.
It's very rare that you get denied going into a fleet if you're in a Saber.
Black Ops fleets, but for obvious reasons.
So if anyone out there in the audience is wondering what they should be training for, how can I be most effective, what's the funnest ship, what's cheap, Saber.
I mean, even bomber fleets, will take a few Sabers, if their FC knows what they're doing.
As long as it's not a fleet that has to blops around, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. By that I mean bombing bomber fleets, not a tall bomber fleet that's, just like jumping around and hitting some structures.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you get your Saber, you hang out with Soth for 2 years and you let him scream at you until you get really good at flying it. That's the other secret.
I heard one of the one thing that you have to do if you're a saber pilot at some point in time is you have to unintentionally bubble a Mr. V fleet on a gate.
Oh, everybody loves that. It's a fun thing.
I only ever did that once.
Only ever did that once, huh?
Yep, you learn fairly quickly not to do it again.
Great. Now I'm hearing that as Joe Piscopo.
Who's Joe Piscopo? I love Joe Piscopo. He's a funny guy.
From Johnny Dangerously, Eric.
Yeah,
Can't you just hear it?
I can hear it.
I bubbled V's fleet once.
Guns. That's a good one. I like it.
Hi, Mr. V's scarier than Asher is, or than John. Is this true?
V isn't scary.
I love V fleets.
Did Mr. V go back into hiding now that the war is over?
It's like job done. I can go back to my
That's right.
chair.
Asses kicked. Names taken. Mr. V is taken.
Crisis has been averted.
He got his own song. I mean, once you get your own song, I mean, is there more to achieve in Eve?
You're
I mean,
immortalized at that point.
I don't know, man. Scooter McCabe had an article written about him, and was it PC Gamer?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that is cool. But the V song is cooler. Who's the guy who helped Scooter? I forget his name. He was in charge of INN for a while there.
Help Scooter do what?
Free those people that are over there. Coordinate with goons and free the people. Here's the sad thing. I'm actually like Facebook friends with him in real life, and he lives like 20 minutes away, and I can't remember his Eve name. It's terrible. It was a cool name, though.
You mean Scooter McCabe?
Not Scooter. There was somebody else who helped him in that.
Oh, I don't know.
Sure.
It's probably in the.
It's in the article, I think, somewhere. I don't know.
So when I pick up my brother, do you want to talk to him?
What?
Do you want to ask my brother when I pick him up?
Some fishing questions?
Yeah. Does he use it? Ask him if he uses a Zebco reel.
I have no idea.
Back in like the 80s, that was like what all those like fisher guys used because they were sponsored by Zebco reels. I don't think that even exists anymore. Better stuff out there.
If I want fish, I just go to McDonald's and get a filet-o-fish.
You know, okay. Now,
why do people get fish at McDonald's?
I am.
Why do people go to McDonald's?
I like the chicken at Long John Silver's. So I'm trying to talk here.
I love quality gourmet style food as much as the next person, but I got to tell you, the filet of fish isn't bad, and I don't hate Long John Silver's.
They're just like that kind of
know
phrasing
why.
just reminds, like referencing Long John Silver's, like just reminds me of like Hangover Part 3.
All
Like,
fish at Long John Silver's are
fresh
diamonds.
fish. Is it better than Long John's? It's like it's fresh fish. Like, yes, way better. I was like, I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, we've got a place near us, and this family created a restaurant in a place in the city and then sold it. It was a high-end restaurant wherever it was, and then they just came out near their home and created a high-end steakhouse and a high-end fish place. It's just phenomenal. I mean, the stuff they have, how they cook it is great. But the stuff I really like, you don't normally get in restaurants, right? Like I like to sit there with the middle of the table with a big thing of big giant, king crab legs and stuff like that. And if you're gonna have a lobster, I don't want like a 1.5-pound lobster. I want like a 4-pound lobster that's been cooked. I don't know.
This is sounding very much like food talk, but it's
Food
not
talk.
sounding like
I-
it's not sounding like proper American food talk where they wrap bacon around it all the time.
Well, we do
And
that to
deep fry it,
scallops,
and all that kind of shit.
I was watching Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen, and there was a joke in the kitchen about how after you drop the lobster in the boiling pot, the bubbles are the lobster screaming.
Actually, the lobster, the tougher it is. So you want a nice small to medium sized lobster for tender meat.
I don't care. I want like a 13-pound lobster.
Be tough as nails.
No, not if it comes from Maine. Maybe if it's like warm water lobster, Maine lobster, that'd still be flaky and good.
No.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
All right, now I gotta find him wherever the fuck he is on this fucking property. Oh, there's water. He's probably over here somewhere.
The trials and tribulations of Dawn Raya.
Yeah.
Be careful, Don. Don't accidentally run him over on stream or anything.
I mean, totally on
Don't
purpose.
run into him and have him push him back into the river.
It'd be more like, I didn't want you. Oh, boom.
Dude. Come on, Don.
I never asked my parents to adopt a 15-year-old boy.
If he starts taking an interest in cricket, then he's definitely 50-year-old.
Cricket? No.
Okay.
Can't think of a more boring sport apart from fishing. Really?
Hey, I have a question. Has Brisk sent us his shower picture yet today? I don't think he has.
I think we need to.
I
we
haven't
need to
seen
get him
it.
back in
Maybe
the
we
routine.
need.
We need
Gotta
that.
turn
We
the
may
heat-
need to.
Turn the heat up.
Yeah.
I think we may need to cancel our standing order for paying his OnlyFans if he's not.
Yeah, I
using
know.
those pictures.
OnlyFans, PTT is out of that.
Is he a hot tub streamer now?
He has done a hot tub stream and an interview with CCP in the hot tub.
In a suit, wearing a suit in the hot tub.
Hot.
It's great. It was
Hold it.
great.
Do we still have that picture? We might have that picture.
It was possibly one of the best moments of
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Twitch
Bringing it up.
Twitch
There it
broadcasting.
is. We'll make it bigger for everybody.
When
It's
that
the best moment of Twitch broadcasting.
when that hot tub category came out, it was like number one was that I forget her name, and then it was like number three was like the San Diego Zoo, like it's like the
Real
penguins
time.
of the San Diego Zoo or something.
There you go.
If I remember correctly, that was before
I
they
don't know.
introduced the hot tub
I don't know.
thingy on Twitch.
There we go. So that was Brisk in the hot tub.
So the kind of context for that was that CCP was doing the interviews for all the candidates for the CSM, and obviously, he was one of them.
Yeah, he did his in the hot tub.
He did his in the hot tub.
Yeah, because
I mean, he had to beat his previous CSM video where he was like going into the shower fully clothed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so it's so good.
Just Vale just said, we need to have OnlyFans for Amaranth. Amaranth, yeah. And
I don't know how to say her name.
I think that's how you say her name. And by the way, I mean, I think she's got an attractive face, but the rest of her bod, man, I'm not sure of. So I don't
go
follow
down.
her.
Let's
I
not.
don't follow her.
Let's not go down the rating people on their appearance kind
well,
of
hey,
sort of line. It's
I'm ugly.
I'm
so I
totally
don't
I'm
care.
totally into those cosplay girls. Shit's hot.
Sorry, Jeffsville. That's good. Oh, you poor guy. See, once you've been married for like 24 years, she's like, I own you. I don't care.
One of the guys in chat said his girlfriend came around the corner
Yep.
just as he was tuning into her.
Yep. Well, when
That's
I guess
awesome.
Well, no,
Merkel
he
said
wasn't even
Merc
tuning
rated
into her. Like, yeah, so
So
he
Merc
wasn't
sent
even.
so he didn't even have
Jesus.
control over it. Merc sent him, so it's all Merc's fault. And and then his girlfriend probably isn't like gamer probably person, doesn't understand maybe. By the way, just felt correct me if I'm wrong, right? She doesn't understand that you were rated over and the person you were watching sent you there, right? You never were able to prove that or explain that, right? Yeah, just like did she
difficult.
did she physically harm you? We want to know. I mean, because we're thinking about your protection here, right? She swapped.
Well, if you ask that, you also need to ask if he enjoyed being physically harmed.
No. When Caleb's not here, we don't worry about the kink stuff.
Just so long as it's
I think
consensual.
I finally out kinked Caleb, so yeah.
I don't even think that's possible.
Got a night of soft treatment.
Oh, you missed the last few days.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If
Clearly, I missed
Poor
something.
guy.
Yes.
What was it? We watched a movie.
Was that last night on last night on INN or something?
I cannot mention any of it on here because Twitch will not like any of it.
No, I'm just asking when it occurred and where.
2 days ago.
Oh,
It
2 days
started.
ago.
Yeah, you'll have to subscribe to Sauce. You'll have to subscribe to Sauce OnlyFans to get the real juicy content.
That's right.
Sounds like it was a multi-day event.
It's still ongoing, actually.
Oh, right. Okay.
Should we cheer? Golf clap? Well, I mean, what should we do, Soth?
Seriously, I can't explain it in any way without going against Twitch guidelines.
I think just
hold
on
it.
I think just on the effort alone, a very respectful golf clap is definitely
Golf
definitely
clap,
the
everyone.
order of the day. Considering the the content and the fact that golf claps are very.
The greatest thing, right? Because the audience will never know, but when we turn off the stream, Soth's going to have to unload. Tell us.
Oh, I hope he does.
So
Push the talk uncensored.
as they say, membership has its privileges. Sorry, guys, don't mean to be mean to all of you out there, but yeah. There's so many things I've got to do. I have like so many things. It seems like, I don't know if you guys feel this in your everyday life. The moment that you offload work to somebody else, you realize all this other work that you weren't doing that you really need to do and get done is like there.
It's like, oh shit.
Like, yeah, I've been ignoring that and it hasn't bothered me. Right?
But now that it's there in front of you, it is bothering you.
It does bother me because there's nothing I can do about it because freaking contractors never call you back no matter what you do.
I have that issue.
Yeah, you do. You're doing.
I have that issue at the moment with house renovation right now as well. It's a case of like trying to get good correspondence like at a timely fashion out of them seems to be like possibly the most difficult thing in the world to do.
I got to start calling my neighbors up because I can't find anybody to put our Christmas lights up. Right, and that may sound kind of strange, but my roof is a little high. And we want to.
And it's September.
No, look for
September.
Landscape companies are the ones that do that.
And it's September.
No, now's when you do
September.
And just leave them up.
And it's September.
I'm
nailing this in because like it's not how it should be.
Everybody I call, the challenge is they want you to lease or buy the lights from them and then they put them up and take them down. Whereas I actually have my own because and I just bought enough to do the second floor. The first floor we can do ourselves and go all around it. It's the second floor that's hard, and I'll just have them do both. But we own our own lights, so they don't want to do it. And I use really good lights from like Christmas Designers Plus or ChristmasDesigners.com. If you need cool Christmas lights, they've got them. And I don't know. So that's out there. And then I'm like, well, if I don't have to get the second floor and buy all the lights for that and have somebody put them up, then maybe we'll just buy the bigger Christmas tree this year. But I can't find anybody to put recessed lighting in the loft and all that stuff.
They're also available at your local Pittsburgh affiliated Amazon warehouse.
What are?
The Christmas lights.
Not from Christmas. Christmas Designers have different lights that you really can't get.
I thought you were okay.
Yeah, ChristmasDesigners.com. They have lights you can retrofit into your old strings. You can just buy strings and you can get them made the perfect length that it fits exactly around your house and things. But their LED bulbs aren't just a bulb with an LED in it. They have them where it's a whole arched filament, and it looks just like the regular bulbs that you would get. So we do.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're really kind of cool, and it's nice because they have white wire, and the outside of our house is white, so you can't see the wire at all when we put it up.
What's this company again?
Christmas Designers Plus. They're not cheap.
So it's Christmas Designers Plus just .com?
Yeah.
Are they a sponsor of the show yet?
They need to be.
For all of your plus size Christmas light needs.
Yeah. No, just ChristmasDesigners.com, and you go into the LED retrofit. And they have LEDs that will twinkle. They have LEDs with the flexible filament on the inside. They look amazing, guys. We used them last year.
Eric, have you seen those light bulbs?
Which ones?
I linked them and stuff.
Oh, let me look.
From the ChristmasLights.com world headquarters, it's the Push to Talk show.
There you go. Well, maybe I'll send a picture. I don't think so. In staff.
Yeah, put up a picture. Now put it up on the stream. Come on.
Oh, that's a cool looking bulb.
I know, right?
If you let them sponsor you, though, then you're going to have a twinkly day.
I mean, it's only 18 pounds for the one bulb.
Oh,
yeah, but I mean,
then.
That's not that much. Come on, like the LED light bulb
Depends
is
how
like
many
10.
you have to buy.
So we do alternating warm white and red, and we do the C9 ones with the flexible filament. So they're when you buy them in bulk, they're about $43 for 25 of them. So they are expensive compared to lights. But when you look at like a set of 50 C9 bulbs, just 50, incandescent versus LED, it really is. It's like, to run them for a month, it's like a buck or $1.25 to run 50 of them for a month, 8 hours a day. And you look at the incandescents and they're just like, 18 to 32 or around there for incandescent. And so it really is cheaper to run those LEDs. It's amazing.
And those LEDs last longer as well.
Oh yeah.
Sent you a link to ShareCloud.
Will do.
So we we have neighbors around here that have C9s around their whole house, and they're incandescent ones and they're all white and whatever. And by Christmas 5 or 6 of them are out.
Right? And those are being run the way you should run incandescents, right? They are continuously on. What incandescents really don't like is when you turn them on and off all the time.
They'll only run them at night. Dusk to dawn.
Yeah, but I mean, you turn them on once and then
Yeah.
they keep going for the night and then they're being turned off again.
Yeah,
right?
Same thing we do with our LEDs.
And even then, some of them just go out.
Yeah. Because they've been put up multiple years too, right? When they put them up, they're all good, and then they go out. And these
it's probably also the temperature.
Well, yeah, where we are, the temperature could be in the 50s in December and all the way down into sub-freezing. Right? Well, they say they got 20,000 hours of life on these bulbs. And they're not glass. They are acrylic. So with like a lot of the C9 bulbs, if you have a colored one, they put a color on them and the color wears off. These are colored all the way through. So they're really, they look beautiful. I really do. So the question is, what are we doing? What are we adding? You know, so we have our budget.
So what happened to the giant Rudolph?
Oh yeah, we were just kidding about the giant Rudolph. Come on. What was that? 30-foot Rudolph in your front yard or something?
Yeah, every year like Home Depot has like some crazy Christmas thing that you can buy.
Let's see.
I think last year was the snowman.
Yeah. We have snowmen. We have a snowman out on the porch. This year we
Well, I'm talking like
what?
gigantic. Like it's like their hottest seller.
We get
It's like an 8-foot.
We have I think ours is about 8 foot from Costco. Our snowman.
So you're putting your Christmas stuff up now, you're saying?
No, I'm making sure that I have my installer lined up. If you don't have your installer lined up until, I mean, if you're calling in mid-October, everybody's lined up because they start installing them in mid-November.
Why do you need an? Oh, it's called a ladder.
Yeah, no.
You need like it's serious. You know you need
No.
a fucking cherry picker and all sorts of shit.
I'm not going up to our second floor. In fact,
Yeah, you definitely case of beer and a ladder, you'll be fine.
absolutely. The problem
Nothing has
is
ever happened.
we
Nothing bad's ever happened with that combination.
to do the second floor. We actually do need the cherry picker to come in and do it where sections of our house are, because you.
What does that cost you?
I don't know what it's going to cost me. I'm looking for prices, man. But that's what they do. They come in and they can do it in seconds with the cherry picker.
Well, I hope
It's not
going to
be cheap, man.
I know.
I've been on one of those things.
Eric has money, so
I don't care.
Don, does your car smell like fish right now?
no. But you guys can say hi to my brother.
Hi, brother.
Hey, bro.
Hi.
Bruh.
So yeah.
Bruh.
Although I will be very content to still just put the lights on the first floor, which my sons can do because they are young and disposable. If they fall 8 feet, they're not going to get hurt.
Yeah, their bones heal quick.
Well, it's nice because we have a wraparound porch, so they just go right out the loft window, put the lights around the first floor, and they're done, man. So
Not too bad.
yeah. So I mean, that's kind of how we decorate. We also got the Atmos FX projector, so we'll see how that works this year. We got that for Halloween. So
I've seen some crazy setups with those.
I gotta check this YouTube link you set out there because actually our house, while it has lights, we're not the Griswolds. It's just kind of typical, standard, classic lights around your house.
I guess Halloween's the next big holiday for Americans, anyways, right?
Yeah, and we're having a challenge. So we got this Atmos FX thing, right? And it's
you're all getting set up to get your fucking pumpkin spice latte fucking like fixes.
So the video you sent, the lights he has on top of his house?
I mean, those
Do you know how much you pay for one of those?
They're fucking expensive.
Yeah. That's like 10 grand for one.
Oh yeah, I've seen that house be done. That's all coordinated to the music.
Yeah.
That is, and I forget the software that they use for that. But that one is done with a particular software.
I mean, it's probably running through hardware as well. It's probably I mean, the guy whose house it is probably some stage manager, like who does like professional stage
Yeah, he is.
direction and all that shit.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He has all the equipment.
To drive the spots on top, you need a light console.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm sure. And they have
It's-
special
Remember,
consoles.
I work with this stuff,
Yeah.
right?
That's actually Sauce House you're looking at.
Yeah,
It's not in America. It's actually in Germany.
the ones that drive the individually addressable LEDs are the ones that are super cool. And I suspect he's got some of those on the strings of the guitar. But yeah, it's amazing. And that tree has definitely got some individually addressable ones as well, if not all of them, on the side. But yes, I've always wanted to do that. No, pretty much if you just look at that house and you just look at the roof line, across the top and across the very top of the roof edge at the top and the sides, that's pretty much all we do. And we do it alternating red and warm white. And then we have candles in all our windows, except we're a 2-story. And so.
Could you imagine being their neighbor? Having to listen to that for a month?
See, over here.
Well, look at that. He's got to move the drums every day or he's not getting in and out of his garage, right?
Can you imagine, because he has to do this at night, right? In order to be able to see to see whether he needs to sort of change anything, address anything, this, that, and the other, right? But can you imagine living the opposite side of the road to him with those fucking lights just like glaring straight into your house?
Oh God!
Doesn't matter if you've got like your your curtains drawn or anything like that. It's just gonna shine straight the fuck through.
Exactly.
You'd be surprised. A lot of the houses around me don't even have window treatments in a lot of their windows. It's just like, look right in.
Because it's set back, right?
Some of those houses are. Like in the back windows, they won't have them for sure. Like for a long time, we didn't have them in our back windows. And, I was sitting on my neighbor. He's probably a football field and a half away. And we could watch TV in my living room from his porch. It's funny.
There's nothing wrong with being a bit of an exhibitionist, anyways, right?
Well, those are just the common rooms. But
you're not just disgracing public decency. The person looking in is a peeping Tom.
There you go. Way back when I was still in college and I delivered USA Today in the morning, I would drive around. There was one neighborhood, and every day there was this dude, and his bathroom, he had no window treatments. 5:30 a.m. he is in there getting a shower, coming out, shaving it. He'd be naked, walking everywhere. I'm just like, dude, is there a chick across the street you like? I don't know. I don't know. People are people. I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Maybe you were his target audience.
I'm hoping.
Oh,
not. I'm hoping not. Because I didn't care.
He knew when the paper boy was driving through.
He's just enjoying the land of the free to the fullest.
Yeah, what is that? What is that movie? Is it Failure to Launch? I think Matthew McConaughey doesn't want to move out of his parents' house. Anyway, I think it's Failure to Launch or something like that. Anyway, once he leaves, Terry Bradshaw, who plays his dad, right, converts his room to his fish tank naked room. So this is his naked room. It's like, yeah, it's my naked room.
Just be concerned if someone addresses a particular room as a naked room, and it's like a mirrored room, floor to ceiling, all the walls as well. Like,
yes, get out.
Like, yeah, that's.
Are you
that's
speaking
the moment
from
when you're like, no,
experience?
no, I'm not. But that would scare the shit out of me.
I may or may not have an acquaintance who they have like a flowing staircase down the side and it comes out and gets real wide at the bottom, right? The carpeting on the, never been there, just know people who have. The carpeting is leopard print down the stairs. I think they might be a little strange.
That's hot.
Who are you, fucking Paris Hilton?
If I could have, I would love it. I love leopard print. I had leopard print as a kid forever. My room was always called the Jungle Suite. Apparently, everybody in my family that spent the night at our parents' house all like had sex on my bed because it had leopard print sheets, it had leopard rugs, it had.
Hold on. Who had sex on your bed?
Wait a second.
Everyone, Eric, everyone.
Like, so you weren't the coat room, right?
No.
Where everybody threw their coats. You were the sex room for all parties.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like wasn't in there too, but you know,
I should fucking hope not.
every time someone like came down to visit family or whatever, and they spent the night in my room, if my room was available, because I still had a double bed in there when I moved out, they all like it's just so relaxing in there with all the leopard print everywhere.
Yeah, so your parents had a Fanasuite. That's nice.
I just want to point out that her brother is still sitting right next to her.
I know. I'm sitting there going. You know, so many questions. It's scary. Leopard print bedroom. All the things we learn about Don.
Don, did you have leopard print spandex when you were like?
I didn't quite. I think we didn't quite get that.
Yeah.
I had leopard. No, spandex is not like a thing. That's a material type. Anyways, I had leopard print, like everything: jackets, shoes, coats. And the problem is like I really enjoyed that all the way till middle school. What?
Did you want to be a leopard?
Yes.
Ah.
Listen, no, it's not a furry.
Yes,
okay.
Ah.
Furry means I want to wear a suit. Okay. I want to wear a fursuit.
I have to inform you, Dawn, it does not.
No, there is a big difference between furry and like dog can or whatever the fuck it is.
The puzzle pieces are finally starting to come together.
Oh, so Dawn is Carol Baskin.
Carol
that
Baskin.
comes from chat, by the way.
Yeah, I was just reading chat.
Well, okay, so there was this Batman episode, which was like Tiger is the name of the episode, and anyone who knows Batman the animated series knows what I'm talking about. But Catwoman gets turned into a cat person. I really enjoyed that episode.
Isn't that what happened to Kim Basinger and she came Catwoman?
No, I mean like actual like fur, claws, teeth. Like she became a cat, not just like a crazy lady who thinks she's a cat.
Did
I literally
write that episode?
I literally just Googled it, and it just literally looks like, you know. Yeah, it looks like what you think it would look like. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy scientist Lena Kyle and turns.
I also like the first Batman.
Oh, it was so campy. It was the best.
Oh, it was campy.
What you mean the original series?
No. I'm talking about the first movie that they made.
Okay.
The first, Batman 1, 2, and 3. Michael Keaton. I like Michael Keaton as Batman. I am biased.
Adam West was the best.
I am biased on Michael. I like Michael Keaton as an actor in general. The fact that he, is from around where I live, just a better thing. But yes, I mean, hey, we're gonna do some Christmas decorating. We're gonna do some Halloween decorating.
I like how he's trying to get back on track.
Bringing you out of the den of inequity that you've all fallen into, the gutter. Trying to bring you back to wholesomeness of decorating for Halloween and Christmas.
Is there going to be a meta show today?
Oh shit! I don't know. Are we over?
I'd assume
not yet.
We have 1 minute.
Or else what? What's going to happen?
I don't know. Somebody yell at us. I don't know what it is. You know.
Do you want to do one last thing really fast?
Yeah. We can take our time. We can be a couple minutes. Let's do. But we should do our one last thing. So Dawn, you are first in one last thing.
One last thing is, Batman the Animated Series is a great series, and everyone should watch it even today. And the voice acting is fantastic, and Mark Hamill's the Joker. And everyone should have a good weekend, and mind lots of rocks.
Mine lots of rocks. All right. Let's see. Barghost is here, so I'll let him in on one last thing as soon as he gets connected.
Whoa, I just walked in to say bye.
Is that your
Bye,
one last
Bob.
thing?
Sorry.
So this is one
Bye.
last thing.
Yeah. Bye, Barg. Greg, you're up, brother.
I just want to give a shout out to all the helpful people in Zeta and all the hard work that we're doing post war, saving people. It's a lot of fun, and check out Thetacoms.
There you go. Soth.
So, if you guys want a bit more tournament stuff, today we have open practices on the E&T channel. There's a link. Obviously, also tune in for the meta show. You can have both streams open at the same time. Just saying.
You can, yes.
Yeah. I think the Goon team is actually playing today in the opens.
Cool. Spanx.
Yeah, just really looking forward to going into a new world with Mac Daddy and seeing what trouble we can cause.
There you go. There you go, McLeod.
Yeah, and on that note, like if you guys want to know, like any goons here that want to know, how to get in touch and all that kind of stuff, like obviously get in touch with either me or Spanx, or Commander A's if you know him. If not, then just go to the Goon Fleet forums. I'll give you the link in the chat right now.
Yeah, it's under the
Which is
it's called like other games
Yeah.
channel, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go there.
Nice.
It'll be a good time.
I think I'll join you. The one last thing for me is obviously thank you for everybody for watching the show. We appreciate everybody who's on the show. Thank you for showing up every week. It's great to spend a few hours with friends, and that means the audience as well. The one thing I'm going to do, it's delivery related because we are going into the holiday season because everybody's starting to do things even now in October or coming into October. Make sure as it gets darker, leave your lights on for your delivery folks. And leave them some snacks and some drinks. They always appreciate that. That's what I'm going to do. All right, folks, everybody, have a great weekend. Meta show in an hour. Brisk is ready.
Ooh.
He's primed. He's tanned. He's rested. He's ready to go. So make sure you don't miss it. And we'll see you, everyone. Everybody say bye.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Later.
June's coming
Bye.
out soon.
What?
June's coming out soon.
There you go.